All right, so today our focus is on authorship and our insight is on community relationships. So there are often a lot of opportunities that are overlooked by authors within their own communities. And I think that we lose out on a lot of potential possibilities when we don't look essentially in our backyard. Not actually in your backyard, don't do that. So, for example, say you write a nonfiction book and it's about, we'll use the example of trains again. I have Stroudsburg Railroad that's in Lancaster, which is probably a half hour away from my house. If I wrote a book about trains, I could essentially go ask to meet with the director of the museum or the manager of the shop inside the museum and see if they would be interested in carrying my nonfiction book in the shop's museum because it pertains to trains. This is a potential possibility of a partnership that you could form. Now, that's not to say there aren't hoops to jump through, but it is possible. Say that you write a children's book. Could you partner with schools? Could you partner with hands on museums? Could you essentially go to libraries on Saturday or toddler readings and reach out to the community that way? Thinking outside the box is important when trying to sell your books. The same applies to book signings. Does your local library offer author events or readings? Are there businesses in the area that pair well with your book? Say, I wanted to take my book Dandelion, which is a children's book about gardening, and I wanted to see if somewhere like Home Depot or Lowe's or a gardening store or like a nursery around here would allow me to do a book signing on one of their big event days. Oftentimes, like in spring, they'll have, big planning events, having people come out to get their initial spring gardening supplies. This could potentially be a good way for not only them to draw people into the store, but for me to spread the word and me bring my own customers to the store and help their business. So, when you're considering these things, just know that you need to get creative and you need to also make sure it's apparent why it's beneficial to you both. Yes, you need this business to partner with, but in a sense, they also need you, and you need to know they need to know why that you could be beneficial to them as well. So make sure you go in, professional and planned, and make sure that you are prepared.